We are so excited to have Radkey in our studios today at the Bridge. They've got the brand new album, Bedroom Sand, coming out tomorrow. It is going to be so amazing when you get a chance to sit down with this record, track after track after track. It is absolutely great, and we'll get to hear some of that live here in just a little bit on the Bridge. Of course, Radkey, Isaiah, Dee, Solomon. Last time I interviewed you, we were talking earlier, 12 years.
Yeah.
There were. I mean, you know, other people at the Bridge have sort of pushed me out of line to get a chance to talk to you along the way. So it's not been that long for the Bridge, but for us, it was, you know, the era of the Mohawk and the dreads and all kinds of crazy stuff. I should mention too that when you hear this live performance, you're going to want to go see this band live. They're going to be at Americana Fest August 1st at Concourse Park. It's the festival that's put together by your good friends Making Movies, so that's going to be pretty cool. You know, your history is pretty well known. You grew up in St. Joe, homeschooled. I mention that only because you seem to have majored in garage band.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to talk about what we were studying, you know, there's, you know, school stuff, but like we were a lot more focused on the old cartoons, video games vibe. So there's music in there, and we went in that direction.
So I think the thing that's so amazing, so fabulous about your story is just how DIY it's all been and how quickly you all found support from people who maybe had gone a different path, who just recognized you guys as a band. One of the things that happened for you really early on, you went to an Afro-punk festival in New York, and that led to you recording an EP at Rec Room Studios in Brooklyn, which was founded by Adrian Grenier of Entourage.
Yes, that was crazy because we watched all of Entourage before we even went over there. You gotta get the lowdown on this.
So did you feel like you got some training for being, you know, having?
I felt like I got training because Adrian is really cool, and then the character was cool too. So you got to spend 7 seasons with him before you actually had to see him. So then you could be like, you know, it's Adrian.
My sense of it is he is a kind of a frustrated musician himself.
Right, yeah, because I know he was in a lot of bands, maybe 3 or 4 bands.
You know, you also have worked with people like Ross Orton, who was the producer for the Arctic Monkeys. You've done a lot of recording with different people around Kansas City as well, but for this album, you had a very unique experience. You actually recorded this at the Syracuse University School of Music. How did that even happen?
Well, we were playing some shows, and every once in a while, you want to be in New York, but you end up in Syracuse or something like that, you know, New York City, not New York City, but you're playing Syracuse, and it's a cool show. But James, we met James, and he's like, you know, well, I work at Syracuse University. I'm a professor at sound and engineering, music technology, and he's like, we have a state-of-the-art music studio, and we were just like, oh, well. We're very behind on our album, so if we could get over there, record for free, excellent. And then that was the deal, 5 days.
5 days.
And just kind of had to sneak in there when school was out, and, you know, we didn't stand out too much. I didn't wear this.
So in this studio that you worked in, I think most of the stuff that they've gone through recording there has been jazz combos and stuff like that. So, you know, did you learn more in that environment, or did James learn more in that environment?
I think we both did, because we were there and we were learning about some of the stuff that they're archiving. But then this was, you know, we had to really lean on our production skills because there was no time to record this. So, and I don't think he'd worked with a rock band 3-piece like us. So it was cool to work together and figure out how that relationship was going to go while you were just jumped right into it, you know. Yeah. It was good.
It's just an amazing record.
Thank you.
I wanted to talk a little bit about Victory. Chiefs inspired, but there was actually more going on there as well. You just dropped a video for that.
Yeah.
That features some characters that have just entered into public domain.
Yes.
And I never really put together the idea that Steamboat Willie and the sailor from Thimble Theater that a lot of people know as Popeye were both sailors and that they might meet up, right?
Right. Because I was always going to do the Mickey Mouse thing. And then when I heard that Popeye went on public domain, I was like, that's two boats. We could make them battle. And then I made us the deck boys. We were like scrubbing Mickey's deck. And then we take the boat to a little island.
So there's so much that's mind-blowing about this, and I don't really want to spoil the video, but man, I have to ask you about some of this stuff. For one thing, as a longtime cartoon fan, I'm not sure that I really wanted to see Mickey and Popeye fight. But then I started thinking about it, and there was rarely a cartoon where Popeye didn't fight, and it may be like, toxic, behavior.
Right.
So
he's got those big fists. He's got to punch somebody. He got to punch something, whether it's a mouse.
Yeah, and it was never really about the spinach. It was bad upbringing and too much testosterone. It's just how I felt watching it, and. Yeah, well, and somewhere like the thing that I love about you guys is you have so many influences, and you're not afraid at all to just mash them up relentlessly.
Absolutely.
Who knew that Mickey Mouse and Popeye could deliver force energy beams like a superhero?
Yeah, I was like, I gotta do Dragon Ball Z too. Gotta do it. Yeah, all hand drawn. Took me like a month, all day, every day.
Well, and you actually directed this video.
Yes, directed it. Every bit of it you see is hand painted, hand drawn. Some of it on paper, some of it on the OpenTune software, and it was driving me a little bit crazy.
A lot has been made of your origin story with your dad's music collection, Nirvana, the Ramones, the Misfits, and the Foo Fighters. I'm guessing he had no idea what he was starting.
He just, maybe some hope,
Maybe.
It's the influences, though. Whenever we talk with bands about influences, it's always about music, but you guys go so much farther. Video games, anime, role-playing games, movies, comics. I think about, and I'm just taking the jump here, that your annual show at Record Bar, Evil Xmas Eve, is all about the X-Men.
Right. We did do an X-Men flyer one time with it.
Yeah. Lots of posters that look like comic book covers. So there's all of that. There is a claymation video in your past. Oh, there's more than one, but Glore is the one that really kind of like, well, when, Adult Swim can't let go of it for a while. It's pretty impressive, but if anybody wants to know the band, I don't know if there's any better entry point than seeing every one of your little influences in claymation in a really short little window over one of your songs, right?
Yeah, we got Beavis and Butthead. We've got Uni from the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon from the 80s.
Got Tom Nook in there.
Tom Nook, all kinds of stuff. Mordecai and Rigby, regular show. Yeah.
Ronald.
Yeah. Ronald McDonald was in there. Yeah. Man, there was a lot.
Yeah, they're scratching the surface.
Yeah.
There's a lot more. The new album has a track called Bedroom Sand, and speaking of influences, the guitar riff inspired by the Cars, that kind of surprised me.
Oh, yeah, we love the Cars. And even like the synthesizers on the record, it's like, it's kind of like, if the Cars did it, you're safe to mess around with it. That's like a little bit of a rule.
The thing that I mentioned earlier where there's just never one inspiration, Bedroom Sand feels like sci-fi to me in the best tradition of it, because you comment on today's world by creating something fictional, and Bedroom Sand is about use of a drug that doesn't exist called bedroom sand.
Right, exactly. It's in an hourglass, and you take a Q-tip, you lick it, you dip it in there, stick it in your ear, you have a good time.
There are also references to the manga series One Piece.
Yeah.
in there.
That's a big deal to us.
Yeah.
The comic book references are just like, to somebody who has enjoyed comics through his life, it's just a joy to hear some of this stuff. You used to call your old van Harvey Dent for obvious reasons. Harvey Dent, the real name for Two-Face out of the Batman canon. There's recently, Radfest 4, you did a graphic that had a Fantastic Four overtones. The problem being that there are only 3 of you.
Right.
So there's a giant cat in the background.
Right. And then the cat is who, I didn't make it, but I was like, man, I want to be the Thing. Mr. Fantastic's cool, but I want to be the Thing.
Yeah, so are you complaining because the cat ended up being the Thing?
Yeah, he got to be the Thing. I want to be the Thing. I want the blue undies, the 4 on it. Come on.
Yeah, dreams die hard.
I know.
Man. Speaking of Radfest 4, you shot the video for Ready to Burn at Radfest 4. And the thing that's always dangerous is, will the speed of the song work with the song that's performed live versus the studio? Worked pretty well.
I think so too.
So.
Right, because I was just getting those, and thanks to the Radkey fans who recorded that after we brought it up out of the blue on stage. But yeah, I was shocked as we were getting those emails in. I'm like, man, we had this pretty on tempo. This is great. Like, made my job easier. But then, like, once the video was wrapped, I kept getting good videos, and I'm like, oh man.
Our guest today on the Bridge, Radkey, their new album Bedroom Sand. We were talking about that Fantastic Four homage in the poster for Radfest 4, and we talked about that cat. And I think we just need to talk about cats.
Yeah.
So did the cat just come from your love of cats?
Yeah, we had cats ever since we were young, and we never not had cats, actually. So cats have always influenced us, and as a band, you're gonna get depressed a lot. So the cats are always there to lay on you and yell in your ear and all that stuff, make an attempt to make you feel better. And we were just like, we've always done these cats and cat promo. Let's make this song Strays the definitive Radkey cat thing. So we'll kind of ease up on some of the cat stuff, but this one will always be there. And it's about how, we've been on the road for a long time, and we met a lot of awesome people, people that we would consider family. And that was one of the lessons we'd taken, is that, man, you don't have to be related to somebody by blood to have true family. And that's something that this song is about. Cats, true family.
I have to say that, like, are you talking about easing up in the future with the cat stuff?
Well, kind of like there will be cats in the background, but like not as much like.
I don't think you
cats.
guys. I don't think you guys know how to ease up. It's
a new word for us.
Right.
Yeah. So you've done projects before, Cat and Mouse, No Strange Cats. My favorite is selling homegrown catnip at the merch table.
Yes. That's been a hit. I'm gonna keep that out.
Did people know what they were buying?
Yeah, like that was. Well, our lawyer was definitely like, "Whoa, what's going on?" I was like, "It's herbal, but it's legal. It smells good. You can drink it."
I sort of talked about this at the very beginning, but how much attention you guys have gotten just growing sort of the Radkey empire out of a little house in St. Joe. And I don't know if it's fair to ask you to rank these, but you've gotten a lot of love from Dave Grohl.
Yeah.
You have gotten a lot of love from Jack White.
Yes.
You have gotten a lot of love from Rise Against. Mm-hmm. I think it was a really important moment for you when you opened for Living Colour.
Yeah, that was
out at Knuckleheads. It's just, do your head spin from time to time?
You get caught. Sometimes you're watching TV and it'll play in your head and you're like, oh my gosh, that happened, kind of thing. And it's great to be on the other side of it, because leading up to it, very scary. But like doing the What Drives Us movie with Dave, like And then like one of the things that we'll always talk about is like Ringo was in that movie. Like what? You know, because like our dream as kids, we were like, we want to, you know, we just want to be a real rock band. We would love to play with the Foo Fighters someday, and to get, you know, to tour, not just tour with them, but to be like in the documentary where he's like these guys are on the road and stuff. It was really crazy because we got that call in like a McDonald's.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So you mentioned being in the documentary with the Foo Fighters, but you also, Dee and Isaiah, you two were in a movie that was done by Tim Kasher of Cursive. It's a horror film called Who's Watching. Yes. That's just in the very recent past.
Yes, and that is going to be premiering August 11th at Screenland. And everybody come see us on the big screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's our first acting gig.
Yeah.
How was it?
It was some of the best times of my life, in my opinion. I was watching him like set stuff up and like, I don't know, like working with the actors, and there was a comedian there, and I love being around comedians because they just like cannot stop like being funny or trying to be. It's awesome.
Which is better, when they are or when they aren't?
I like a little bit of both because you can respect the effort. You're like, man, this guy's still going.
Our guest today on the Bridge, Radkey, just amazing. Can't wait for everybody to get their hands on the new album, Bedroom Sand. Thanks so much for coming in and sharing all of this with us right on the eve of the album release. You guys have a lot to be proud of.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
We had so much fun here.
And of course, on top of Bedroom Sand, don't forget Americana Fest, August 1st, Concourse Park. By the way, that is a free festival, so please go and check it out. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Radkey.
Now available on 90.9 The Bridge YouTube.